Hi, everybody. Doreen Corva here, life and business coach for female entrepreneurs, the nervous system coach. I am here today to talk to you about how and when we use thought work versus, and if you just joined, just hop yourself on mute, please. How and when to use thought work versus nervous system work. Okay. This is such a great question, and is a question that differentiates me as a coach and just in the field of coaching compared to, I would say, almost all other coaches that I'm surrounded by. And it is just because of the depth of knowledge around the nervous system and understanding how effective the nervous system is. So if you're an entrepreneur, if you're building a business, if you're healing, all of those things are the same thing, by the way. Our businesses are our greatest spiritual teachers. Our businesses will always tell us where our growth edges are. Why aren't we marketing? Why aren't we selling? Why aren't we raising our prices? All of the things that prevent us from really building these, I would say $1 million businesses are just the start. I want like multi-million-dollar businesses. So most people, here's you, okay? Most people are operating this way, okay? They want to build a business, so they figure out their strategy for building the business. They want all the strategy. This is how I know someone's earlier in the days of their business. They want all the strategy. They want me to tell you exactly what to do. And I used to just do business coaching, and I would never give strategy ever, even before I found nervous system work, because my approach is different. So they want all the strategy. So a lot of people will have a business idea and they'll go out and they will find someone to teach them strategy. Then they will apply mindset to the strategy that they have been given. This mindset, whether you use the model or other types of mindset techniques. I have a lot of mindset techniques that I use too, that have my own intellectual property on them, like understanding the stories that we have in our minds versus the facts, understanding our limiting beliefs, doing some of the Tony Robbins work, which is the pattern interrupt. Mindset is incredibly effective. In fact, it's so effective that we can get ourselves into trouble because we're not feeling what's really going on. So we go out, we get the strategy. And by the way, I too did this. Okay, I did this. We get the strategy, we apply the mindset to someone else's strategy that they taught us. And then maybe along the lines, we figure out how to settle into our nervous systems. Maybe this is it's not a newer body of work in general, it's newer to the coaching industry. Okay, so then we figure out how to drop into our bodies, how to calm the hustle, how to do some of that. Some of the strategies that are used are tapping, some are meditation, but I don't see a lot of actual nervous system work being done outside of the program that I trained in. That was a year, okay? This is not how I do business. It's not how my clients do business, and my clients are really super duper successful, multiple 6 figures a year, growing into their first $1 million a year. How we're supposed to use thought work, in my mind, so the kind of business, and I'll preface this, the kind of business I want to build and I want you to build is a business that is extremely, and for your healing too, same thing, same. You can just replace the word business with healing here. And I'm answering this from a business perspective because this person was in business, okay, inside the group. So how we want to build a business is a business that is sustainable, which means we have energy to keep going. We're not burning ourselves out. We're not hustling. Okay, so I have an anti-hustle zone. We slow things way down. That's why my clients make so much money. We are building businesses. We're building callings. Like, I don't work with women that just want to make a lot of money. I work with women that have a calling and want to bring this calling to life, right? So we're actually building businesses with our creator, with who, whatever inspires us, but it's like a birth, right? Like we're birthing something into the world from the depths of our soul. Those are pioneers. Those are the women that I work with, the women that they're going to do this for the rest of their lives, right? Because they have found the thing that they love the most. Okay, here's how we build that kind of a business that makes a ton of money, that is profitable, that isn't overwhelming, that doesn't have hustle, okay, is we start with the nervous system. And that's all of what I'm teaching you guys last week and this week. But we start with the nervous system, and here's why. When we can settle into our nervous system and really recreate those, we can really work on those patterns of hustle, people pleasing, anxious thinking, being overwhelmed. Those are actually, and I'm a trained psychologist, right? Like I have a master's in counseling. Those are actually nervous system patterns. Okay, because they show up in business and they are nervous system patterns. I can't tell you, I used to have to do, before I found nervous system work, I used to do like 10 hours of mindset every single week. Now I don't do any. Like the mindset I'm doing now, and part of that is because I have shifted my mindset in general to look at progress versus where I want to go and all of the things. So all of that is, some of that is the mindset work just is in there now and I don't have to worry about it anymore. But also it's because I'm so much more clear. I don't have to talk myself in or out of doing anything for my business because I know how it feels in my nervous system when I'm doing the right thing, when I'm doing the thing that's going to be best for my clients, what's in service to them the most. So in fact, I'll give you an example. I was on with one of my one-on-one clients who's also a Healing Circle client. I'm going to tell you guys all about the Healing Circle. She went away for vacation and she's like, I really feel like I should be doing a webinar and I should be doing like this masterclass and I should be doing all of these things. And I said to her, unless you were on vacation and you were settled into your nervous system and you got an idea that was literally just, it needs to come through you, don't do it. When you fabricate ideas for your business from your brain and don't drop in and feel them deeply, no one's going to come, no one's going to buy. This is why starting with the nervous system is so valuable. This is why this work, it doesn't just heal your life, it heals everything. Okay, it helps you get back in touch with your intuition. So when we're able to drop into the nervous system, we're able to drop into like our intuition. We're able to hear ourselves. And that is how you build a big business, a business that doesn't look like other people's. Then once you hear what you want to do, let's use this healing week, for example. This has been on my heart, something that I've been wanting to do. And then it was like a couple clients in a row. And I was like, ooh, now's the time. We really need to do healing week. And it ended up being 2 weeks because in my system, that's what I felt like was needed. It didn't create healing week from my brain. Okay. Of course, I used my brain. I used mindset. I used all of the tools I have to get the most juice out of my brain after I was in my body and decided that this was something that needed to be birthed from me. You guys may or may not know, I run quarterly groups. They're called Healing Circles. And I had a really successful business coaching practice, made almost $300,000 last year in 2021. What year are we in? 2022. And this year, and I was running a mastermind. I had done the thing. I had filled my one-on-one coaching practice and then moved to mastermind. I had a really successful, fully sold out first round of my mastermind called the Quantum Leap Mastermind. And I loved my clients in there. I loved them. They were having incredible results. And then I realized I don't wanna. There was something about it that didn't feel totally aligned. And I went to sell it a second time and I wasn't sold because I had done this. I had taken someone else's strategy and tried to apply mindset and it wasn't selling. And you know what my feeling was deep down underneath? I was relieved. I was relieved it wasn't selling. I was feeling out of alignment. That is when I changed my entire business in the beginning of, well, middle of this year. And I went from life and business coaching and really working with business and strategy. And I said, you know what, I'm not giving strategy anymore because I don't actually believe that that's the way to build a business based on what I just experienced. I went to life coaching for female entrepreneurs. And I still announce myself as a life and business coach because I still sit with entrepreneurs all day, every day. And we talk about business, but we talk about it from this perspective. It's a whole different view. And so it wasn't convenient for me, the middle of the year when I was way behind my income goal, to change directions in my business. But I had to. Like from a nervous system perspective, I had done so much work on my nervous system, I couldn't not listen to myself anymore. And I didn't have something to sell. It hadn't fully dropped in what I wanted to do next. And then it did. It didn't until it did. And I knew that it would, but it took months. It took like 3 months for me not to mindset my way into my next offer and just to live and be in this gray zone. So I was just doing my nervous system work, and then it dropped in. I needed to host healing circles. I went from life and business coaching to focusing on healing and helping female entrepreneurs heal. Because I knew with my work of all my clients previously, the healing is where they made the most money. It's not why we do it, but when we heal, it affects everything. So I launched the Healing Circle, okay? The Healing Circle sold out. I decided on a Saturday, I was like, oh, this is it. This is it. I can't not do it. Again, it wasn't convenient. I didn't have my copy written, none of that. It wasn't convenient, but it was Monday. So I started to talk about it. By Wednesday, it was sold out. Then I ran another one. Okay. And then I learned the first one was amazing, but it was only 4 weeks. The second one was 6 weeks. It still needed to be longer. Now it's a program that I run quarterly. I'm in the middle of the Healing Circle now. It's amazing. In fact, I will drop in some testimonials from some of the women that are in there. But we meet every week and we do, it's small group, 5 women max right now. And we heal together. We do this nervous system work together. So I share that with you because I couldn't have gotten to healing circles from here because no one was doing them. It's my thing to birth, right? It's my business. This is my unique business. And so we start with the nervous system work. We work with our patterns to a point where we can start to hear ourselves, start to trust ourselves, start to come back home, start to feel our feelings, start to heal our wounds, all of which affect our businesses. And then we use mindset to say, the brain is always going to offer up, maybe we shouldn't, no one will buy it, like all the things. The brain is always going to do that because the brain is, we are wired to streamline information. And so anytime we're asking the brain to do additional work, it's not going to wanna, right? So I use my mindset, but my mindset looks different. It doesn't look like written out mindset. My mindset is like, but I have this calling. And if no one shows up and if no one wants it, I'll offer it again. And I will keep offering it because I believe so strongly that I am the person to bring this body of work to my people, okay? That deep belief can only come if your nervous system is regulated. That's why I'm so, so passionate about this. So we've got the nervous system, then we need the mindset. Then on top of that, we layer on the strategy. All right, so I've got my thing. We'll just use healing circles as an example. Now I'm gonna just get my mind on board, right? It's not gonna wanna sit down and write copy and all the things, but I did it. And then I'm gonna layer on the strategy. And so it's really an inside out approach. I instruct my clients to do the same. Like I don't go to outside strategy before I go inside first. And the reason is because I want to build a business that doesn't look like anyone else's. Because it's my business and it's my calling to birth, which means, and my clients are all pioneers, likely it's not being done. So when I'm out there looking for strategy first, or even second, I'm clouding my own judgment. Like I can't hear what's best for myself. I can't hear what's best for me. So then I end up adopting someone else's strategy and trying to apply it, and it doesn't work. And if you've ever found yourself in a cycle where, no, this is how it has to be. This is what I paid this money for XYZ to tell me ABC. I pay people to tell me ABC. I have 2 coaches right now. I just had 3 like a second ago. And it's like, and I love them dearly. And I run everything through my own internal filter from this perspective. Okay. So nervous system first. Mindset thought work is very valuable. After though, you've dropped in and you know what you're doing, you're feeling your feelings, you're doing your healing. And then we layer in the strategy. And I'm going to come for questions here in just a minute, but this, let me just make sure. This is also true for healing. Okay. We always want to drop into our nervous systems first. So let's say we're triggered and something comes up and it's, woo, you feel really activated in your nervous system. You want to drop in first before you do mindset work, because mindset work can talk you out of your feelings. And then we have just thwarted our feelings and now we're in a trauma cycle. Okay. So you want to go to the nervous system first. You want to feel those feelings. You want to be with those feelings. And then what will happen from the body is you may birth up, like birth up or burp up. You might have some thoughts that come. They're not spinning thoughts, but they may come. They may come up. That is what we do mindset on. We're not trying to find the thoughts, not trying to find all of our like limiting beliefs and limiting thoughts. We're trying to see by doing it this way, we get to the root. We get to the root thought that needs to be really healed and worked on. Because if we're dropping to the body, we've calmed the chatter and now we can hear like our true essence. And so something may come up here, we'll say, gosh, I don't know, it could be anything, but it could be, I'm not sure I'll ever heal. Like it could be in that frame of mind. Then we apply strategy. So first we work on that thought. Is that true? What are the stories here? What are the facts? What's my proof that I will heal? Show me other people that I've healed from things that I never thought that they would, right? And then we apply strategy, which is anything outside of your own intuition. All right, so that's what I wanted to teach you today. Is this is how it's funny. It's pretty much how I've always taught my clients, but especially now that nervous system is the bulk of the work that I do with my clients. Although sometimes we pop in and out of these all session long. Like every session is different. This is why one-on-one coaching is so powerful, which is what I'm offering you all to do some one-on-one, and then potentially healing circle. If you feel like that's a good fit for you, we can preload that. You can pre-opt into that. But this is how millionaires are made, and happy millionaires, not millionaires that get so overwhelmed that they can't live a beautiful life, have a big family, travel, do all of the things that I know all of you want to do.